We're live.
All right.
Hello.
A day late and a dollar short.
Well, they don't know we're a day late.
Oh, well.
I guess they
yeah,
kinda
if
do.
they were waiting for an episode.
But, like, we're not
yesterday,
consistent on Saturdays. We're like a weekend thing.
All right.
So they don't know. We're not late.
Okay.
Frick you. Hi, we're going to be completely alienating all of our viewers today because we're going to be talking about League of Legends. Right there. You can see it. So if you don't like League of Legends, you can click off. This whole thing's going to be League of Legends. We're not going to lie.
Well, you never know. You might sway somebody, or you might talk somebody into, you might pique somebody's interest.
Maybe. I am going to be explaining this as if you don't know anything about League of Legends, because Big D over here doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
We're going to be watching the World's 2022 Finals, one of the hypest matches in esports history, I would say. So it's going to be cool. I'm going to explain the game really quickly. I'm going to give some background, and then we're just going to watch it. There's a lot of hype moments in the whole thing. Like, I think every 3 to 5 minutes there's something exciting happening. So hopefully it's enough to keep Big D's interest. We might have to skip ahead a little bit, but it's a long game, and we got to watch the post-game events, of course, which are a couple minutes long, because they're pretty good to watch. So this is League of Legends. This is the map. Big D, you'll want to look over there.
Okay.
So they can see this. So this is the map. This is blue team's base, and this is red team's base.
Okay.
Okay, the goal is to just destroy the person's base. This little thing here, that's called the Nexus. That's your goal. If you destroy that before they destroy yours, you win.
Okay, pretty simple.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, capture the flag, if you will, except you don't got to take the flag
I would
back.
say it's closer to tug of war.
Yeah.
So you're kind of tugging, well, not like tugging, but I guess you're kind of pushing.
Yeah.
Tug of war, but you push instead of pull.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 lanes. You got top lane, you got mid lane, you got bot lane. Each lane has gold in it. There's minions that will spawn.
Okay.
And if you kill the minions, you get gold.
Okay.
And if you get gold, you get stronger, so you can push harder.
Oh, okay. So, the more gold you get, the more minions you get to help you push?
No, the more gold you get, the more items you get.
Oh, to, help your character be stronger.
Yeah, you buy items with your gold, and then you get stronger.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a roguelike element there. Like, every game's a little different depending on what power-ups you get.
Yeah, you can buy, if you know that your enemy, if you buy a specific item that really counters your enemy, you'll buy that item this game, but maybe next game it's bad. So every game's a little bit different.
Cool.
Obviously, there's a lot of different characters as well. It has 168 champions at this point, I believe, which is a lot. But there's 5 characters in the game. You get 5 players on each team. So you might notice there's only 3 lanes. Where do the other 2 guys go?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're not asking that because you've never heard of this in your
life.
Well,
I figure one guy would kind of stay back to play, goalie, if you will, to kind of guard their own nexus.
So you don't have to do that until possibly very late in the game because of these towers here. So there's a whole bunch of towers in each lane, and they are kind of play goalie for you.
Okay.
So if an enemy just tries to sneak behind and just go right here, he's just gonna die because he can't hurt this nexus until all of these towers are gone.
Oh, okay. So it would be kind of foolish.
You gotta kill everything first. So you gotta start here and go in. Okay. But a 4th player will go in the jungle. So there's the jungle area here in between the lanes, and there's little monsters that will spawn. And you can kill those and get gold.
Okay.
Okay. So not too excited there. Then the 5th person is the support. So they just don't get any gold. The poor guy sucks to be you. They almost always go in the bot lane for reasons we don't have to get into.
Okay.
It's very complicated. But he'll go down here and he'll help a teammate. So usually the teammate down here is someone who likes gold but doesn't like levels. Because if you're in the lane with someone else, you share levels. You get to split levels. So you get less levels, but you get the same amount of gold. So usually the character down here is someone who doesn't really give a shit about levels, but really likes gold, and then the support is someone who doesn't care about levels or gold. They're just
there to help.
Yeah, they're your support. They usually have heals, or they'll have an engage tool that doesn't matter how much gold you have, it's going to do the same thing every time. You're not worried about your damage output, you're worried about catching the enemy, essentially. And then the other 2 things of note before we get into it is these 2 little bigger circles here. This is Dragon Pit, and this is Baron Pit. Okay? These are ways to get stronger without gold. Okay? So Dragon will give you a permanent buff, very small buff. It'll give you a 2% damage buff or something if you kill the dragon. And then if you kill 4 dragons, you get a bigger buff. You'll get a 10% movement speed or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay? And then this one is Baron. This will give you a temporary buff, a 3-minute long buff that is very strong. It makes your minions that are coming way stronger than the enemies. So it helps you push.
Okay.
Okay? And then after you've killed 4 dragons, the next dragon that will spawn is a super omega powerful dragon called the Elder Dragon. And pretty much whoever kills the Elder Dragon just wins the game. It's that strong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay.
So then do people try to stop you from killing the dragon? Will
Yeah.
you come in and help the dragon?
Yeah, well, it's a neutral objective. So whoever gets the finishing blow on the dragon gets the buff.
Oh, so the
both
dragon's not on either side?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's there, and if both teams could be fighting it, one team might do all the damage, but if the other team comes in, does the last bit of damage, they get the buff. So whoever kills it
Oh my god.
gets the buff. So
And these games are an hour long, you said, yeah? Like a full game?
usually a professional game goes from 20 to 30 minutes. This
Yeah.
particular game we're watching went long because it was hype as hell.
Yeah.
It's going to go about 40 minutes.
Well, and that's what I was getting at, because there's so many different objectives along with the main objective, of course, but it would just be so disappointing, to be on the losing team.
Yeah.
You wasted a half an hour of your life, and then especially too if you feel like it's someone else's fault that you lost.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they're very toxic here. In League of
I
Legends
can
community.
understand why. That's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot.
Now,
riding on
games
one
don't
match.
usually go to Elder Dragon. So I was explaining that because this game we're watching will go to Elder Dragon.
Oh.
But most games don't last that long.
Oh,
This is
okay, so
this game
that's
has
a
gone
big
on too
deal.
long.
Okay.
We're going to end it now by giving a really powerful buff.
Okay.
So,
So, yeah,
yeah.
in my world, that would be like if it was a match in Dragon Ball Fighters and somebody actually gathered all 7 Dragon Balls.
Exactly.
And some of
Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't
Pretty
happen.
much.
Okay.
Except in this case, it would be a coin flip who gets all 7 balls.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's pretty much the game. They can see this right, I believe. I've already got it started to put out watching the draft. I cut that out. So that's not exciting. But I got some talking points here before we get started.
Okay.
So we're going to be watching a game between T1, that's the game number 1, their name is T1,
Okay.
and DRX, that's
Okay.
the other team. Okay, T1 is expected to win, greatest of all time. They have the Faker guy on their team, a really good player.
So they're the New England Patriots.
They're the
of
New England Patriots,
of,
yes.
Of League of Legends.
Everyone
okay.
thinks they're going to win. They don't expect for DRX to even have a chance.
Okay.
But here we are somehow at game 5.
Okay.
Okay? This is a best of 5. So, first of all, just going through their accolades. So T1, every single player, except for Faker, just has 1 championship. So they won the regional championship, and now they've gone to Worlds. Faker has 3 Worlds championship, 1 runner-up, 2 mid-season invitational titles, and 10 regional championships.
God
So he's a little bit
yeah.
decked out. It's worth noting that at this point in history, any player who has multiple Worlds trophies
Mm-hmm.
was on Faker's team for at least one of them. So
he's the common denominator. Basically.
yes, he is really good.
Jeez Louise,
It's hard to
man.
stress how good he is. Yeah, he's undisputed best ever to do it. Okay, on the enemy team DRX, okay, they placed 4th place regionally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the way the bracket works is that the first, the best 2 teams from each region, if you place top 1 or 2 in your region, you just get a free pass to Worlds.
Okay.
And then if you're from a shitter region, or if you're place 3 or 3rd or 4th in your region, you have to go through what's called play-ins, where you pretty much have to play your own championship matches.
Mm.
They have to go through an old little mini. It's not even really mini because there's just as many teams, just to qualify
Yeah.
for Worlds. So DRX came from there. It's worth noting that no team in history has ever come from play-ins and won Worlds Championship. Okay?
So they've beaten all of the odds.
Yes, they have beaten all of the odds to get here. They had to beat... they came from play-ins. They had to beat the previous world champions. They had to beat Korea's number 1 seed and
Oh my
China's
God,
number
dude.
2 seed. And they are Korea's number 4 seed. Okay? So very, very impressive.
Yeah.
T1 did notably have to beat Europe's number 1 and North America's number 1, which are both... We both suck. Okay? America and Europe are well known for being really shit. America has never made it to World Finals. Europe has made it a couple of times, but
Yeah.
not too many. And T1 also beat China's number 1. So
I know it's not good to make broad generalizations, but when it comes to video games, Asians usually have us.
Oh,
beat,
yeah.
Well,
what's interesting though is that Japan is a shitter region. They
Really?
apparently suck at League. They're even worse than America.
huh?
It's wild.
Yeah, that is. Rare.
But yeah, Korea and China got it on lock.
Yeah.
But anyways, they had to come from plans. Very impressive stuff. Oh my gosh, I did 1 2,000. I was in the wrong mouse. Okay, let's see here. So yes,
Yeah, any video game you're playing, dude, you see a Korean flag.
And apparently...
Abandon all hope.
Yeah, both these teams are Korean,
oh,
by the way. So Korea's already won Worlds. Usually it's like a big thing more like, what region's going to win.
Yeah.
Korea already won, but this is really hype. Everyone's really excited to see will the underdogs do it,
now,
or is the top dogs going to stomp them down?
Is the crowd on their side at this point by now, since they
did cheer DRX before this game started in the draft, but at the first game, they were chanting T1.
Oh, wow.
Everyone wanted T1 to win. So easy to swap your side when it depends on who's winning, right?
Fickle, fair weather crowd there, it sounds like.
So in the first game, we might go back and watch this if we have time, DRX sends a message by killing Faker right off the bat. Like, first... 3 minutes in, they send 3 guys to just slaughter Faker just to send a message. Yeah. The crowd goes fucking wild. Okay, the crowd's like, oh! It's wild.
That's awesome. Let's just fucking get the hard part out of the way. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, and then other notable things of T1, DRX was doing a dragon, so they were over here, and T1's bot lane came in and stole it. So they did most of the damage, but T1 just came in, did the last little bit of damage, and got it. And then they did it again on the next dragon, or maybe 2 dragons later. It wasn't the bot lane, it was the jungler that time, so it wasn't as impressive. Pretty much at 15 minutes, which is pretty much halftime, the game was really close. T1 had a slight advantage. And then apparently, the casters said while I was watching the game again, apparently T1 is undefeated against DRX in their own region.
Oh, wow.
So I would assume that means match undefeated. Surely they've taken a game, but they've just never won a match.
Yeah.
Because being game undefeated is absolutely insane. But that's what they said during game 1. And then T1 just wins the game. They had a slight lead at halftime, and they just held that lead. Didn't throw it.
As an individual player, do you have an idea as to what's going on every part of the map? Can you look at the map and tell that somebody's going for the dragon, per se?
So there's fog of war, so you can only see where your allies are.
Okay.
So if you don't have a teammate here, or if you don't have what's called a ward, which is basically a thing you put down to give vision, you can't see it. So they very well may have not known. I think they probably had vision, I would assume. At least the second dragon still, they definitely had vision. The first one, they probably did. It's very hard to steal without vision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had to know that was going on, right?
Yeah, but you can have a hunch. When you're a professional player, you just you can just know.
Oh,
even without vision, you're just good enough. You're okay, they're probably a dragon based on these other factors.
It's a little quiet over here.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So there's that. So that was game 1. T1 leading 1-0. No one's surprised, right? Everyone's obviously T1 is going to win. Okay. At game 2. T1 has a pretty solid lead at 15 minutes at halftime. T1's looking pretty good. Somehow, DRX pulls it back. They don't lose immediately. And they go to Dragon Soul for both. So, I said there was 4 dragons.
Yeah.
So they've now killed 6 dragons. So whoever kills the 7th dragon gets that extra powerful buff.
Okay.
So they're going there. And it's a crazy fight, probably. And T1 gets it. So you think, okay, T1 was winning at halftime. DRX did pull it back, but now they got the soul. They're on track to win here.
Right.
Then, very tragically, at the Baron pit, they just had a horrible fight, and DRX kills the Baron and ends up winning the game. So the game can flip just like that. So you got to be on your best behavior. Can't just lose a random fight.
But even the game where 3 of them ganged up and killed Faker, they still lost that game somehow?
Well, that was just at level 1. 1 kill, not very much. Usually get 10 kills. And even a kill doesn't do very much. Kill will give you 300 gold. You can just kill minions to get that much gold back. So if you're better at killing minions than your opponent, then you can just make up a kill difference, and it won't even matter. So kills aren't that big of a deal. Because you respawn.
Oh, okay. So that's I figured. Okay. I thought that meant that took him out of the equation for the entire game.
You respawn 10 seconds later.
Oh, okay. So it literally was just a fuck you.
Yes. Yeah. It was literally just a fuck you. Okay.
Okay.
And then so game 2, DRX won, but it was T1 kind of just threw. They had the lead and they just dropped the back. Okay. So game 3 is practically tied at halftime, 15 minutes. T1 again gets another steal at the Baron. So they steal this at 20 minutes. Pretty crazy. DRX might have been able to do really well with that. T1 has a bad fight at Dragon. Um, T1 steals the Baron, has a crazy Baron steal, and then they win the game off that Baron steal. So T1 is now up 2-1.
Okay.
Okay. So again, up until this point, it's like T1's like, I mean, they didn't have the best game in Game 3. They had a couple bad fights, and it was even at halftime. But like, you know, the game they lost was a fluke, and they've won the other two.
So things are going pretty much how everybody expected them to go.
Yeah, pretty much. You wouldn't expect them to lose games. Like most people were saying, like this is going to be a 3-out for T1, right? Like there wasn't going to go to Game 5. Game 4 was actually just the least exciting game of all time. DRX just had a slight lead at halftime, and they just carried it all the way. It was nothing really exciting to happen at all. Didn't go over DRX's accolades. So DRX's 3 of their players have just never achieved anything in their life.
Okay.
One of their players, and this is where the story really gets exciting. One of their players has been playing as long as Faker, and they went to the same school together.
Oh no! So he's hated this motherfucker.
He's probably hated this motherfucker for a while.
Oh man.
Okay, so he has quite a few accolades. He has 1 MSI, which is like there's like a Super Bowl in the middle of the season. It's not like as big.
Yeah.
He's won that, which is pretty impressive, and he has 4 regional championships, not 10 like Faker, but 4 is still pretty good, still impressive.
Man.
And then they have their support is a very other accoladed player. He has 1 World's Championship. He was the runner-up the previous year, I believe, and he has 3 regional champions. So pretty good stuff right there. Let's see, I got a couple more things here to say.
Man.
Yeah. T1 has had the same roster for the last 2 years, which is really rare. Usually people are swapping out players left and right.
Yeah.
Players will exchange. T1 has had the exact same roster for 2 years, and they've had Faker for like fucking 8 or something. Okay.
Man. So yeah, they have a system clearly, and like they have. Synergy,
they're good. I don't know what they're doing. So the support for T1's team, before they joined T1 2 years ago, they used to support that guy who went to school with Faker.
Oh,
so they used to be on the team that he was on.
So they joined the dark side.
Yeah, there's a little rivalry there.
God, man, this guy. What this sounds like. I mean, if this is gonna go how I think it's gonna go, like this just shows you like the power of like just hating a motherfucker for years and years. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if there's like that much hate. Maybe there is, but I don't know about that one. Okay.
Just off of sheer willpower and hatred, it sounds like.
And then Faker, in the last 10 years, he has attended half or 5 of the World's Finals. Just in case you didn't realize how good this guy was already. He's attended half of the World's Finals and won at least 3. He will win 4 if he wins this one. So he's like, he's just insane.
That is nuts, man.
Yeah, and that's not easy.
No.
People, this is like this isn't just the Super Bowl because there's a lot more teams. It's not like there's just 32 teams. There's like 100 teams that you have to be better than to win Worlds.
Would you be disappointed if it came out that there was something that he was doing that was cheating a little bit?
No, you can't cheat.
But I'm saying, obviously, like, as far as what everyone knows, there's no way to cheat or no way to do anything that would give you an advantage. But say that it did come out that he had some sort of unfair advantage, like, all this time.
I mean, it would be kind of upsetting, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't see what he could possibly be doing that would be unfair. Like, it's the same. Like, they're so serious about it. Like, when you go to a championship or any sort of event, like, it's not your computer. Okay? It's not. And you can bring your own keyboard and mouse, but they check it. You know, they'll, check your keyboard, they'll look at it, they'll inspect it, you know, and make sure that it's regulation, and it's not even your own computer. So, like, you know, he can't download anything on there.
But it's not odd that, like, there's, like, no one even in his stratosphere of... Because, like, there's him and then there's everyone else.
Well, I would say...
How you're describing it.
I would say, like, nowadays, he's not as good as he used to be.
Oh, okay.
He's definitely fallen off a little bit. He's still very good. I would say right now he might not be the best, but just because he's been the best for so long, people still call him the very best. Like, right at this very moment, this season, probably arguably not the best player out there, but back like 4 years ago, he was playing like at the level he is now, when the game was 4 years ago, when people hadn't figured out.
So everyone else is just caught up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he was just ahead of the game, and everyone has now caught up. Is how I would look at it. Maybe people might have different opinions on that, but let's get into it. I think we're already probably too late. So you've got a little.
Now, okay, so the red life bar is the underdog team, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Red is underdog. Blue is the really good team that everyone expects to win. So what's going to happen here in a second is that the blue guys are collapsing here. So the red team, the underdogs, can't see these guys. They're in fog of war. Okay, but this guy, he's got a hunch. He wants to be over here. He wants to be right here at where my mouse is. He has a hunch. He's like, the enemy might be there. I'm not really too sure. So he doesn't want to go there. So he's thinking about it, he's thinking about it, he's thinking about it. And he's like, alright, I'm going to go for it. Right now he sees him. They have vision right here. So he sees him. He starts this camp. Because he wanted to be over here at this one. But he's now only over here because he saw him. And now he's getting pushed off. He's getting bullied. And so now he has to leave that. So that's a really bad start for him. It's not like horrible or anything. He's maybe down like 20 gold. But it's still like, when you're a jungler, that's just annoying as fuck. So because blue team went and did that, red team got the push. So see how it's under their tower?
Yeah.
So that's good for red team presumably. So even though it was bad for red team jungler, the bot lane was able to take advantage of it. So that's like kind of how the game works. Like if you do something somewhere on the map to get an advantage, usually the other team's getting an advantage somewhere else. So you can never really push a good advantage. Do we have anything exciting happening? We have something exciting happening in about 2 minutes.
It's just the blue buff that was stolen away though, and DRX saw Diego going back into the jungle, so not going to be too heavy.
So we are watching this with the commentaries, so that you can hear the crowd scream when they go crazy.
For the hype.
Yeah. I mean, you heard them there when DRX, the underdog, saw the blue team. You heard him go, oh. Yeah. Like even just seeing someone is exciting at this point. That's how crazy it is. So I think something happens top lane in a little bit. So top lane is usually just an island. Usually nothing happens over there.
So then that's the far left.
Yes, that's the far left. It's also the top of the map. That's the top lane.
Yeah.
Right now it's the far left. They just show this for like a minute, just so you can see all the lanes. But usually up in top lane is like where the tankier players are. Or the tankier champions, and usually just can't kill each other because they build health and not damage, so no one just ever dies top lane. So it's kind of a joke in the game that like top lane's an island, they call it.
There's no vision right now either. He could smite this grab and go for it.
Yeah, he could, but I think T1's bot lane are very cautious.
So right there, the commentators are saying that Horsey could have come down here and tried to kill those guys, but he decided not to. Oh, here we go. So this guy right here, T1, looking to kill this guy. He doesn't see it.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he got ambushed.
Yeah, so he got ambushed there. I believe they're going to do a replay on that one, so we can analyze it a little bit harder. But very, very well executed there. Nothing too difficult. You heard the crowd go behind there, of course. So as you can see, he's already back to him. As he used his teleport move, which is a really long cooldown. But he doesn't really lose much.
Oh, so he was able to basically just get right back to where he was.
Yeah, but the enemy does get 400 gold for that. So you hate to see it. So here it is. So he's right there. And this is what red guy sees right now. He doesn't see shit. He has no idea. He might have a hunch.
Yeah.
Right, but you certainly wouldn't expect him to be here. You might expect him to be here, but you almost would never expect him to be here. And then look at how fast this is. Right?
Yeah, it was on.
Boom.
One attack, yeah.
Like, very hard to react to that. And then he uses his flash, too, which is a little bit unfortunate. But that's a...
Welcome to Maison Perrier.
We don't have to get into that too much. Oh gosh, we're getting ads.
Maison Perrier.
Getting free advertisement.
Oh my god.
I didn't even think about that.
Wait.
That's unfortunate. Okay, when's our next table? Do we want to skip ahead a little bit?
What can he get back?
Been a couple minutes.
It's Owner first to the play. Owner first to get his team going ahead. This Hecarim,
So at this point, T1 is still at the advantage, right? Like they haven't.
So up here you can see the gold. This is the main thing that dictates it. So T1 has 200 gold lead. So
They're not too big of a difference, right?
oh well, they just got something that gave a lot of gold. They now have a 500 gold lead. Maybe it hadn't updated.
Yeah, again,
So there,
burning cooldown
500 gold
from
is
Zeka,
you
taking away the
know
safety
it's
of
there.
Yeah.
Definitely you can definitely come
right
back from
out
it.
here so he can
I would say
control
when you're
this
down
very
like
important pathway here.
5,000 gold is when like
They've got
shit's
bottom
bad
lane
for you.
pushing,
Yeah.
the multiple ganks towards
So
mid,
500,
and mid
you
pressure,
can definitely bring
so
it
it's
back
an
for sure with a
easy
couple of
first
plays.
dragon for
So here we've
T1.
got blue team T1 running kill this dragon for that small permanent buff. Looks like DRX is not in a position to contest that, so it's gonna probably just go right over to him. So yeah, he was a little bit late to the party. If he was there a little bit earlier, he might have been able to steal it, but he was late. So, a little unfortunate. But now he's gonna go try to bully him. So this is pretty exciting.
Walks on up, pops
Please.
here to Dread.
Okay, is he gonna do anything? Nothing?
Out.
Maybe? Okay, nothing
Now
happened.
topside, the
Well, here's
fights
topside.
continue.
Again, nothing ever happens in topside. Let's see, will these two tanks be able to kill each other? That's the question.
Trade after already using the cooldowns, and Owner will again look for Zeka in mid. He will chase him away as Faker absorbs this wave. Meanwhile, back in top.
Okay, oh.
Q3 hits
He's really low, he's really low. Is he gonna die? So something happened top lane. The crowd goes wild.
in the top lane.
And it was the underdog team that got
That
the
was the
advantage.
underdog team, yes.
Damn.
He
Yeah,
did get
he's
to
wrecking shit up there. That's a big sword.
He does. He does have a big sword.
What champion is that?
That is Aatrox.
Okay.
He's very fun. I can show you
What a beast. And he's
a
gonna go for the
picture
recall right
of
now.
him.
as the
Or I'll show you
wave
actually,
is
there's
also
a
slowly
cinematic that we
pushing
can
into
watch.
him. So Owner has to
Nothing,
show
like,
himself
just fucking
on
build
this
this
top
now.
wave to push it in
Took
for
down quite a
Zeus.
few people.
Such
There's one guy.
top lane.
Well, it looked like he
here
had a
where
bunch of
he
minions
can
with him,
back
too.
Yeah, but the minions are like, they're a
They don't
non-factor. I mean, they count for gold, but like, they're really easy to kill and they do about no damage. So, it's not impressive to kill those.
Nah.
It's actually expected that you kill those.
Top lane is
So.
now winning. Herald is spawning in a minute. King and has the early serrated Durkins can start
But
pressuring
yeah,
his
he
lane.
probably did. But he did win by quite a bit. Like this one, these guys are both have the same amount of gold, and the fact that he wins with like half his health bar still up is pretty impressive.
Yeah, like, yeah,
Exactly.
he
Those
whooped that
minions
guy
levels
down.
up,
At least.
uses all of the needle work
Yeah.
there. He
So
knows
here they
he
go,
has
right here. They're
nothing
pretty much
left.
even on health.
The ghost was already used here,
Derek's
so
a little
Keegan
bit more,
right on in, hits the
but
Q3.
he
Inferno
does
Chain
just-
means he's dead.
pops him.
No way out. Right back into a doll.
I don't remember that, that's
Over
hilarious.
as the Aatrox.
So that character is like a doll that came to life. So when if she dies, she turns like back into her doll form. So that's what that was.
Next Drake spawns, but Herald's gonna be spawning soon. T1 have controlled early objectives so well in this game, but Owner's also got his eyes on the
What are we
bottom
looking
lane
at
of
here?
DRX.
Looks like T1 might be
Has no
considering
resources
a
to
dive
work
angle
with,
here.
and he must take a
So this
recall.
tower right does a lot of damage. So if you try to kill the enemy while they're underneath their own tower, it's called a dive. Because you have to kill the enemy while they have like an extra, massive amount of damage shooting him. So.
Yeah, Cadril, you were talking about P06 level 6 and where he's
Looks
gonna
like DRX is going to get this objective. I didn't go over this objective, it's not super important. But it's where Baron is before Baron spawns. Baron doesn't spawn until 20 minutes. And before 20 minutes, there's another little objective that doesn't really do much. It gives you like one free tower, essentially. If you kill it, it's not super exciting.
Now, do they have like all of their champions there trying to get that done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they're fighting so hard. So what just happened there? The DRX underdog team killed Faker.
Ah.
Actually, shockingly enough.
Okay, yes. Maybe that's why they're all there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's an objective. This is what you'll see. Like, when there's an objective that they need to get, they will send as many people as they can. Like, what teams will do is they'll, like, push out their lanes. So you push out your lanes, then you can leave your lane without losing very much.
Ah.
It's like a big thing to get the push on your lane, so you can go help your team at an objective. Because even if you just have one extra person, right, even if you don't have a lot of gold, you can still turn a fight.
Well, yeah, like that one guy died immediately. Like
Yeah.
when he got snuck attacked.
And then T1 didn't even attempt to contest after that because they were down a player.
Barrel getting away from Faker here as he retreats into the topside river. Faker will chase him as long as he can, but Barrel is already gone. Let's take
Okay, they're gonna show the fight again so we can get it better. So let's watch Faker here, the guy who dies. Faker's right here. So he flashes over to try to get better positioning.
on the outside.
And he's still there. And
is
then
the one who takes charge.
Kingen, the guy who just slaughtered that guy top lane,
Mhm.
just
No hesitation,
also slaughtered him.
So is he their heavy then? I take it like he's the one that like does their like the heavy lifting as far as the damage goes, like damage output.
Well, no, early game he probably is the highest damage dealer right now. Their mid lane and bot lane, later game will probably do a lot more damage. But with his character has like sweet spots. You know sweet spots in fighting games. So like they're easy to dodge, but if you can land them, they do like 2x damage.
Okay.
And he landed like 3 of them in that fight, which was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is really hard. Aatrox is a really hard character to play because of those sweet spots. They're so easy to dodge. They're so telegraphed. Like, there's a big-ass circle on the ground that's like, don't stand here for like a second before it lands. So it's very hard to land those.
So then is this guy just getting lucky, or is he just...
Aatrox is considered to be a very skill-based champion. So if you're doing well with Aatrox,
Oh, okay.
either your enemy's shit or you're really good. Now the thing with Aatrox is that he has a dash. So like you have this big circle on the ground, right, that you don't want to step in, but he can move it like a little bit. Not very far. It's not a very far movement, but he can move it a little bit right before it hits. So if he's really good, he can adjust that circle to hit you. So we've got a crazy dragon fight here. They're showing T1's vision right now. So T1 knows they're on it because the dragon's not right there, but they don't see what's happening. So you got all 5 members of DRX are here.
Oh my god, so you know you're going into some shit. You just don't know, like,
Yeah.
how big of a pile
So
of
that
shit
was
it is.
crazy. I
And
hope they show a
They
replay on that.
immediately were just like, no, I guess.
Well, the dragon died. There's no point in being there once the dragon dies. Because then you're just fighting a 3v5, and it's like... But if you get in there and steal it, then it's pretty big. But I want them to show a replay on that move there that I wasn't able to highlight. Oh, they're going down on Faker. Are they going to be able to kill him? Are they going to be able to kill him? It looks like they're going to be able to kill him. So Faker's got himself out of better. Now he does.
Yeah. So what champion is Faker?
Watch this, though. He's actually playing Victor from Arcane.
Oh, okay.
This is like crazy fight. So I believe they re-show this, but T1's jungler went absolutely fucking wild with that shit. Okay? Like, it all happened so fast, and I know they do a replay. It's still going. There's still more. They got their crazy top
Yeah,
lane.
they're heavy though, and they all backed off.
Yeah, well, he's the strongest character right now for sure. But you gotta, I'm gonna have to pause this to break it down because it's insane what he does here. I think they highlight. So we're gonna watch. He isn't here yet. We're gonna watch T1's jungler. So this one, they just kill Faker. Nothing too exciting. Faker, it would be impressive if he got out of that. So here he is. Watch this. So he's all the way back here. He's gonna dash, kill this guy, steal his body. That's what this character can do. He's gonna use this guy to dash over these 2 walls to attack this guy, kill this man, steal his body, and then go over this wall again. You don't even see it. He goes over another wall.
So
Absolutely wild.
when you steal someone's body, you get their attacks?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's only that one character can do that. Though. That's his pretty much his ultimate move. Is
That's a
to,
double-edged sword though, because then you have to kind of be familiar with the body you're stealing.
Yeah.
Make use of it, right?
Yeah.
So, geez.
but I mean, when you're a professional player, you pretty much know how, at least the basics of how every character works.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting about that, stealing their bodies, is you also steal their items. So if you kill someone and steal the body of someone who's like really behind and has no gold, you're also really behind and have no gold. So you can just die immediately.
Oh, wow.
So it's a lot of...
Yeah.
So they're just going in. Here's another top lane kill. But they brought DRX brought a teammate, so it wasn't as impressive as the first one. But let's take a look at the gold right now. So it's very even. Looks like DRX is up 300 gold. But I think T1, do they have even dragons, I think? Let's see.
And now bottom side, it's Gumyushi and Keria trying to push up as they know their top side has just taken another hit.
Even dragons, okay.
Without having to deal with turret plates anymore.
So yeah, it's pretty much even
First turret of the game right
at this
here.
point.
Yes,
Oh,
they
with
will.
that
It's Gumyushi getting the
puts maybe T1 a little bit ahead. No, it's literally just
and they
even
showed it. The first pick, Karma,
at
instantly
15
locking
minutes.
this one in.
So there
They
you
pay
go.
their
Yeah.
team back. They take down the
Even
first
at
turret.
halftime.
Massive gold lead once again for Guma. And this time, he's on the lethality
think they can
variant,
go
so
either
that
way.
poke is really going to sting.
It is indeed Kobe and Barrels
When's
looking
our
to
next
cancel
height
some
moment?
bases there, trying to stop the backs,
like it's
trying
not
to
for
give
a
the RX
while.
more time around mid. Kyosik might look to get
Or
Faker
maybe
splash
speed
again,
it up
but
so that we aren't here for a
Zeka
while.
gets stunned up. Barrel just trying to move up and down the river. Bot tower is down, so the Bard is free to roam.
And we
He's a
can
little
have
bit
them
sped
go
up.
over to that Rift Trail. Rift Trail
This
number
looks like there's
2
not another
right
height
here
moment
now.
according to the timeline
We'll see about
until
this setup. No hesitation from the RX. They're
20 minutes.
helping Zeka get the mid push first.
And they're grouped up as a team. They're looking for picks. They're seeing what they can do.
Meanwhile, T1 again. They've got Guma on the bottom
I
side.
wanna say there's
with
a fight
Guma
here.
Channeling this recall here. Looks like they, not gonna go for it.
Oh,
Teleport
there's
comes
gonna
out
be a
here from
fight.
Zeka though.
Guma also has a teleport to be able to join up. DRX
Oi, oi, oi.
started the Herald,
Okay.
but T1's ready to fight for it. They're gonna bring Faker in.
So let's
with
see
TP
what goes on. There might just be a little like standoff here. Maybe no one dies. But they're all trying to kill this thing right here. Like everyone's here. This is like all 10 people.
Oh, wow.
Are here.
And this is, they're going after the Baron?
This isn't Baron yet. This is the thing before Baron. But yeah, they're all going after it. And this thing, like, in my opinion, this thing's not worth it. This thing's like trash. I don't think this thing does really anything. Like, you can give this up and it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But everyone's here for it. Like, the boys are here. It looks like DRX started it. The underdog started it. Almost killed it. But then weren't able to. And looks like T1 was able to come in and steal it.
Damn.
Not really a steal, because they did have to kill the whole thing. It wasn't a true steal, but they did kind of steal their thunder, is what they stole. And now DRX is out for blood. They're upset. Are they gonna do anything?
Yeah, they got their. What? You said it's Aatrox? Isn't it?
Yeah.
That dude, man. He looks like a fucking Gundam out there. Like,
Well, he is using the Gundam skin.
Yeah?
If it makes you
Okay.
feel any
That's
better.
actually a pretty good trade for them, getting secondary tower.
Alright, so usually this is kind of how it goes. Like one team will get the Baron, and then the other team will get the Dragon. Yeah, so now DRX is gonna get the Dragon. But here's what this thingy does that they got. All it's gonna do is just do big damage to the tower.
Oh, so it fights for you after you.
Yeah, you gotta summon it, and it fights for you. If it gets a second ram off, then it's probably pretty good value, but they didn't need it to kill that tower. They would have been able to kill that tower without this thing. So if it gets this ram off, they'll do about half health to this one. So it wasn't bad value. You got about half health on that tower. But again, like, that's not worth dying over.
Yeah. But see, once again, man, like, they were doing something, Aatrox shows up, and then they're like, okay, maybe we'll go do something else now.
So you say even without knowing anything about League of Legends, you're identifying that Aatrox is having a really good game.
Yeah, I can tell, because, like, he'll show up, and then everybody decides to leave. Like, he's clearly their, like, enforcer, man. Like,
We'll see if maybe he can stick up with that, or maybe he'll
I want to see what he can accomplish this
fall
game
off,
because
who knows?
the slow reduction on the Boots of Swiftness works on self-slows as well. We'll see if that means the
we
difference
have the-
between hitting the snipe, hitting the
craziest
critical kill. Pioshik, though,
event in
making use of
probably,
his
well, they have
move
the
speed on
craziest.
Hecarim has been
One of the
very
craziest
fine.
events in the last couple years of esports is about to happen here.
oh, shit.
I don't want to, not like right now, in like a couple minutes. So that one right there was very impressive, and he didn't die, so it didn't seem impressive. It was impressive dodge. T1 was in a lot of danger, and they were able to not die. They're going after Faker. They're like 4v1ing Faker, but Faker, not 4v1, 2v1ing Faker. But Faker being Faker turns it and kills the enemy. So that's like what Faker's known for. Like, you go in to kill him with like 2 people, and he'll just turn it and either just leave without a scratch, or he'll kill you. It's like a different.
it's very cat and mouse, though, because, like, you can, like, they'll engage for a little bit, but then they're like, okay, we're gonna think better of it. Like, I don't think I would be able to have that kind of self-control.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things. You have like abilities that have cooldowns. You want to go in, you want to use your cooldowns, and then you want to wait for them to come back.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be fighting. Are they changing DRX? I think they're changing DRX. Probably because they killed Faker. Well, they didn't kill Faker. Why are they changing DRX then? Maybe they were changing T1. But, yeah, they go in on Faker, and Faker just leaves with half health. Didn't even hurt him that much.
Big combo. Pioshik, though, my goodness,
And
going
he
down
turns
so
on and takes
quickly
one.
there. Owner jumps on him.
So that player right there,
Yeah.
to get to this point, he's been playing phenomenally. This series, he's been like okay, but like the last matches they had to play to get to this point, to get to the Super Bowl, he was popping the frick off. It was insane.
Yeah. Had to pull out all the stops.
Yeah, he was doing some of the carrying. He was doing what Aatrox was doing. So I don't even know what's happening here. Oh yeah, this is the crazy. So they kill. DRX kills a player on T1. They kill another one, and then they're gonna run in and try to get some more. So DRX is just winning this fight really hard. So T1's running away. Okay, so they're going after this one too, and they get him. So DRX just killed 4 of the 5. Okay, and Baron just spawned.
Oh,
okay,
man.
so they're guaranteed to get Baron here pretty much.
Yeah, because they don't have anyone in
No one can
position.
contest. Yeah, no one can contest. So they're just gonna do it. So that's a huge turn for DRX, right? Like this alone, right here, might just win him the game. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. That was huge for them to win that fight. Not only do they win the fight, they get the Baron.
Yeah. Oh,
But here comes someone.
They come, man. There's 2 of them.
Is he gonna steal it? He fucking stole it.
Are you kidding me? I would be so upset.
Now, I want you to realize how fucking unfucking believable this shit is. Okay? This is unfucking believable.
Are you kidding
Okay?
me?
Hold on.
Every time
So-
they go at Baker, he unloads a
Where is
big.
it? I don't have my keyboard.
Heartbreaking.
So, what happens here, so the person who steals it, I'll make sure he's right here. Okay? This is at the start before they all die.
Yeah.
He's over here.
So yeah, is he one of the ones that died?
Yeah, he died. But he was that's what makes it so crazy. Okay? So watch what happened here. Where is he dying? He's right here, so he gets killed. He's the first one to die.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he dies right there. Okay, he's dead for like 20 seconds or something. And then their team goes off, does the stuff. And then, right here what's crazy, he's not up yet. They're on Baron, he's not up yet. As soon as he spawns, he teleports. Right here. He has a summoner spell, it has like a 6-minute cooldown. And they do have vision, but they don't have vision of the Baron.
Yeah.
They have vision here. So they can see that they're on it, but he doesn't know what the health bar is. So if they're killing it really fast, he could just TP for nothing.
Right, he could have, yeah, so
He could TP for absolutely nothing. So he's going to TP. He's going to walk up. Okay. Here he comes. And he's going to... This gives him vision, so he can see the health bar. Okay. But it's dead. Do they kill the ward? I don't... Does he have vision right now? He might not even have vision right now. I think he probably does. But, like, he had to walk up. Like, he was just barely in range.
Yeah.
To throw it out. Now, his thing does do a lot of damage. So it's pretty easy. But listen to the crowd.
That is
So that huge
heartbreaking.
fight that DRX had, pretty much
for nothing.
pretty much nothing at this
Yeah.
point. It pretty much meant nothing because T1 gets the Baron, which gives just as much gold as winning a big fight, and gives him a huge buff. So now T1 right back in with just that one TP play, which again I cannot express to you enough
So
how insane. That is.
demoralizing. Yeah, that's because like here you think you have this huge advantage. Nobody's around, and he just gets there at the last second.
Yeah, just barely too, by the way. And again, he didn't know that he would get there in time, right? He could have TP'd and just not made it there in time.
Which would have left him at an even bigger disadvantage.
Yeah, he probably would have just died because
Yeah.
he used TP and was in a bad spot. So like, not only would he have not gotten it, but he probably would have just died for it. So just showing the fight again here.
You're exactly right. This
So that's what that's what makes T1 the best.
Zeka with the flank comes in. They get 4.
They're able to do that kind of stuff.
And that wasn't even Faker, right? That was another one of their guys?
Yeah, that wasn't Faker.
Oh,
That was someone
man.
else. Faker would not have had. He wouldn't have the champion to steal. If Faker stole it with his champion, that would have been even fucking crazier.
Holy.
The champion that stole it has a really long range, high damage move. It's like hard to land on a moving target, but Baron doesn't move, so it's easy to land.
Well, yeah, they're asking the same question. Like, did he?
He didn't have vision when he dropped the arrow.
Oh
Like,
wow!
He had vision like right before it though, but still
But
very
even
impressive.
still, yeah, like cause like
Look at the coaches.
man.
So now you can see T1 is now pushing into DRX's base here.
Zeka staying on the tier 2 in the top side. T1 have already broken the tier 3. They are
To
looking
have
for the
such an
inhibitor,
advantage
and
and
they
such
will
a like
already take it.
moral victory followed by such a fucking soul crushing moment. Not even a minute later.
Hey man, that's how it rolls. So they're going down on Faker here.
Damn.
Probably not going to do anything here.
Trying to get it
Oh, here we go. You got your Aatrox guy. He's doing
Yeah,
1v4. Will he do
wrecking
it?
shit
Does he do it
over there.
1v4? No, he didn't.
Oh, they got him.
It was 1v4. It wasn't very likely for him to win that. So T1 commandingly. Let's see their gold lead right now. They only have about is that a 1,500 gold lead? About 1,500 gold lead. Pretty 1,500 is like, you know, that's noticeable, for sure. And especially the Baron buff, that's big. So they're gonna.
The power of a single
What are they
ability.
chanting? I want to say they're chanting DRX. I think they're rooting for DRX now.
T1 picking up the kill.
But the T1, is that a dragon they're taking down for another
Yeah.
buff?
Yep.
Pioshik forever.
But DRX has gotten most of their dragons, so right now it's even. Both teams have 2 dragons.
Again, but they've never failed to bounce back every single time. Level-headed, 2 items on the Caitlyn. Azir will be
So T1 was not able to end the game off the Baron, but they did get an inhibitor, which if you kill this thingy over there, it pretty much makes it so that that lane will push without you having to be there. So it gives you a lot of pressure. So you can send more people to other parts of the map because the enemy has to send a player to that lane and you don't have to.
Oh, damn.
So that's what they were able to get off that Baron. And I think they were able to get a couple extra towers too.
What a series.
What a series, the caster has said. And that is very true. Again, you're not seeing the other games, or the games before this game, or the matches before this match. But it just goes crazy.
So if you're DRX then, what is your game plan now to try to turn the tide?
Look for a good fight. You can definitely still win a fight, for sure. Try to get the next Baron, because Baron will spawn every like 5 minutes or something.
Oh, okay, so he comes
So
back.
yeah, try to get the next one. That's what you're looking for at this point. But definitely for DRX, it's not looking good. It's still definitely winnable. I'd say they have like a 40% chance at this point to win. Like they're not down too bad. So yeah, they definitely still have a good chance to win, but it's definitely not right now in their favor.
No Mikhail's up just yet.
Yep, again, you talked about it before, Kadril.
We'll see what they can do with it.
From Bard.
So it looks like they're looking for something here.
Right now,
They're just getting vision, perhaps.
If they can catch him, they can fall
Okay, they're running after this guy.
with the ghost instantly, though,
Let's
for
see,
the
can they
boost
kill him?
run.
Yep, he can get
Looks like
out.
they back
Yeah,
off.
they thought better of it.
They backed up, but that guy went back in for some reason. He was safe and he went back in. So his team's here, that's why. Looks like they'll turn it. Oh, here's your favorite Aatrox guy going ham.
Doing work.
Doing work. He did just about die there, though.
He almost won that fight.
Like I said, later in the game, that champion kind of falls off. So he's not as powerful.
So then, who would you say is their most useful hero right now?
Right now, probably, look at this gold difference. So DRX, when they won that fight, all the way up here, they were like 2,500 gold up or something. What is that? Or 1,500 gold up? And then they lost the Baron in it. Or no, that was T1 was up. And then DRX won the fight, and then T1 got the Baron. The gold. It's crazy. Wild graph. I would say the Azir though. Zeka, this guy.
Yeah.
They're probably their most powerful. Caitlyn, maybe. I don't know how much items Caitlyn has.
With 30 seconds until the Baron spawns, T1.
So what's happening? They said 30 seconds until something spawns.
We're gonna
I
keep
don't know
our
what
eyes
it
on
was.
Faker with this Lichbane build here. You can pump
Oh,
out a lot
Baron?
of damage.
30 seconds on Baron, so the next
dangerous range,
fight
auto-attack
is going to be
range.
on Baron. You usually need Baron
Can
to
they stay safe,
win
though?
games.
Still waiting on a few more
Like, it's
seconds
pretty hard
for
to
the last
push against a
cooldown.
professional
This is
team
up
without
to stopwatch
the
for
Baron.
himself.
So both these teams are kind of just,
you
stalling,
Yeah.
buying their time or stalling until the next one comes up here. Will there be another steal? There's already been, by the way, like in this series, like a shit ton of steals, right? Like when I was going through the last games, there was like 4 or 5 other steals, right? Which those are rare. Like they don't happen that often. Like it's like an interception or a fumble. Like you can do a full football game without one happening. Sometimes you'll have games where there's like 8, you know, and it'll be crazy.
They don't
But,
have
like,
the best turn
you
off
know,
of Baron. They don't
it
have the
doesn't
best
always
pick here
happen.
for T1. It would have to come from Guma with the ultimate from Varus.
So the Baron has spawned here. Looks like both teams are trying to. Usually you want to like get a pick or advantage before you start the Baron, right? You want to make the team have to reset or make the enemy team have to deal with a minion wave, you know, something like that, before you start up, because otherwise this is a 5v5 and you're not really likely to necessarily win that. So T1 just killed DRX's support. So that's the advantage they were looking for. They're probably going to start with Baron. So can DRX do anything about this? Are they going to look for the steal? Or are they going to go in for a fight? What is the game plan here? They are pushing them off. It looks like they were able to push them off, which is very impressive. But no one gets it.
Oh, I thought I saw somebody kind of creep into the back there.
That was on T1's team, I think. So T1 just started the Baron, and then DRX was there, and DRX has a lot of poke. So T1 didn't want to do the Baron, so they were all staying in that pit. They would have lost like most of their health bars. Maybe they would have gotten the Baron, but they would have died probably all after that, and then there's no point. So they just backed off.
Are completely unaware of his positioning. They'll see this push here and maybe
It wasn't worth the risk. They might have been able to win it, but so here you go. Here's your Aatrox guy going crazy. So right now, DRX underdogs are trying to kill this dragon. T1 is here to contest it. Who will get it? Looks like it's probably going to come down to a smite fight, which means it's a coin flip.
Seeing more blue health bars than red, though.
Well, they're showing blue vision right now.
Oh,
So there goes your Aatrox guy. Now it looks like that was Aatrox, but that was actually Caitlyn. They stepped the player who died stepped on the Caitlyn trap, which was almost guaranteed death. And so what's happening here? Looks like it's kind of mixed here. Who's gonna end up coming out on top? Is that 2 for 2? 3 for 2. And DRX on the dragon. So DRX won that pretty heavily. They got 1 extra kill, and they got the dragon, but they don't have enough players to do the Baron, unfortunately. So they can't go do that.
but they do get the buff from the dragon.
Yes,
right?
they get a small permanent buff, yes. So, as you can see there, Aatrox man going wild with it. And that was what they needed to get the dragon. And then let's see what happens with the fight. See if anything exciting happens. Oh, that's what happens. So they freeze that guy, and then they all dive him to try to kill him, because he's the one who does big damage. And then the guys who dived were too deep and ended up dying. So, but it was still good for them. They got the dragon, and they got an extra kill. So that's the guy who died at the beginning. It's very sad.
Yeah, he looks upset.
A little upset. Well, he did pretty much just lose his team that fight. So.
Destroys the entire series. Gold lead over to T1. Dragon lead over to DRX. They're on soul point. They're happy waiting the game out. Death's getting
Now,
closer,
is that the amount of damage each player has done?
Yes. That graph there was, yes, the amount of damage each player did.
What's the play? The side laners aren't even pushing sides anymore. It looks like they're grouping up. Zeus is going towards top now, but King
Our next
is
tight
hovering around
moment
the
here.
side jungle.
DRX have
Coming up here,
pushed out.
looks like.
There is a lot of focus here in this mid lane. Both teams now taking an opportunity, resetting a little bit. Baron is on the map. No Drake for
Now, these guys are all probably, what, in their, like, early 20s, you'd say?
Yeah, or possibly even teenagers. Faker's got to be late 20s at this point, yeah, for sure. I would assume Def probably is the guy, you know, who went to school with Faker, probably also. Late 20s. There's probably no one over 30. And maybe there's a teenager. I don't know what the youngest player would be, but there might be someone who's like 17, 18.
Yeah, do you think these guys work real jobs?
What did they just go wild about? No.
Which, that's so incredible to me.
I mean, this is their real job. They
That's
get
what I'm
paid a lot
saying.
of
Like,
money
could
for
you
this.
imagine, like, if your career was just to play a video game?
I mean, it goes crazy. Like, it's cutthroat, man, out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like all fun and games. You know, you're playing the fun game.
Yeah.
You know.
T1 have taken many, many more objectives this game.
Actually, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, yeah, man, I gotta, you know, get up and play for about 6 hours, you know, do some training.
Playing the same game,
Yeah,
dude.
every day.
Every day. Can't play anything else.
Yeah.
Can't have a girlfriend.
if they want to start
Because
controlling
you're a
the map.
gamer and no
T1
girl
holding on.
is gonna want to go out with you.
I mean, maybe like if you could like, because I mean, I'm sure there's like professional, you know, Tekken guys that are married.
That Bard ultimate, it was just
I mean, yeah, you
space
probably
for a
could, but,
couple of
like,
seconds. Zeus,
gotta
running
dedicate all
away
your
from
time to
Kingen.
what you want
Zeus
to do.
has level advantage
There
here.
you go. Here's your
Kingen
big
doesn't
Aatrox guy
follow
going in.
suit, Q3,
But his whole team is here to help him.
Oh, shit.
So kind of
Yeah, it wasn't good for the other guy.
not in really a dispute there. So that might be the pick they need to get Baron. Are they going to go for the Baron here, or are they going to go for
They're
something
doing
else?
something. They're sticking together.
They are. Looks like they're just going to push out the way. Interesting they didn't go for the Baron there.
40 seconds on Zeus and he has TP.
Well, somebody's creeping
DRX
in
still
there.
have a couple of ultimates
Yeah,
to work
so
with.
T1's
They've had
hovering.
so much heartbreak around this Baron.
T1 might think that they're going to do it. They are doing it.
Oh,
Okay, they started up.
Yeah, it's about to go down.
But they got like 2 flankers. You see DRX? They sent 2 players down back to try to get a flank, which is very interesting.
They don't even have their jungler in the pit. They are not going to commit to the Baron.
Okay,
They
this
are
is
looking for some sort of
very interesting. So what it looks like happened there was DRX faked the Baron. They started the Baron to get T1 in a bad position, but they had no intention of actually doing it. It looks like, I would assume. And they got 2 kills out of it. So very well played by DRX to fake that. Very impressive.
So then couldn't they go for the Baron now?
I'm not sure why they're not. I would assume that they could.
Oh, well, you just said the dragon is coming in 35 seconds. Maybe.
Oh,
that's
maybe
what-
they evaluate the dragon? Perhaps, yeah. Although I would think, I would say Baron.
Carrier here, look at this. He finds the
But
flank and
maybe I'm just
T1
dumb.
all come to try and attack it. Barrel so low.
Yeah,
he
very-
himself, but that just leaves the opening.
Very good strategizing by DRX there, the underdogs. To call that play. Be like, hey, you guys start up the Baron, and we'll loop around and try to get a flank. Very good.
Yeah, that was crafty.
Was. So this is their 4th dragon strike. Remember I said to kill 4 dragons, get a big buff?
Yeah.
They're on the 4th one now. This particular buff will give them a shield. So they'll just have a little bit extra health.
Be harder to kill.
Yeah, a little bit harder to kill. What's interesting here is that while some of the players are on the dragon, the other players are starting to fight. I guess what they didn't want to do is they didn't want to send all their players to dragon and then give up the Baron. So they had some of their players over at Baron, but what ended up happening is they got picked. They got killed. So now T1 is on the Baron here.
So did they abandon the dragon to stop them?
No,
from getting- Oh.
no, they got the dragon. So the dragon's easier to kill than Baron. You only need like 2 players to kill the dragon, whereas Baron you need like at least 4. Maybe 3, depending on which ones they are. So they sent 2 to do the dragon, and then they sent the other 3 to scout out Baron to try to stop the enemy team from just rushing it. But they ended up dying, and then they couldn't contest it. So DRX got the soul, but T1 got the Baron. So very close game here. We're looking at the gold lead. T1 has a 2,000 gold lead and Baron right now, but DRX does have the soul, which is probably about 1,000 gold of value. So T1 probably has about 1,000 gold lead. But they do have that Baron, which is really valuable. So looking pretty good for T1. Let's see DRX can hold him.
No, the Baron does what again?
It makes your minions much more powerful.
Oh, okay.
So if you're near your minions, they're way harder to kill and they do more damage.
Working on that 4th item. It's not been a fantastic game for him.
So it helps you to push into the enemy base and take it. It also gives you slight stat boosts. It's not super noticeable. You see how the minions are kind of purpley?
Yeah.
Really like they're buffed up, they're strong. Hard to kill.
But there's nothing to play for here on the top side. Baron still.
I noticed that one guy too. He was kind of hiding behind his, like he would shoot his little laser and then straight behind him.
Yeah, you want to hide behind him because your minions can like tank some abilities. Like if an ability stops at the first target it hits, you can hide behind your minions.
Oh, nice. Baron buff wasting away.
Yeah, and Deft's getting closer and closer towards that Bloodthirster.
Pretty much right now, T1 is trying to push into the base, trying to take those towers, maybe hopefully get the enemy's base and win the game. And DRX is trying as hard as they can to kill those buffed up minions so they can't do that.
So is there only like a set amount of buffed up enemies? Like eventually they go back to normal, or like that's just?
So they're only buffed up if you're near them, and the buff only lasts like it's only got another minute on it. I think it's 3 minutes
Oh, so
total.
it's not permanent.
Yeah, right. The Baron's temporary, the Dragon's permanent.
They need to be really careful
So.
if they overstep. Tinga can TP behind them.
Looks like
Zeus will be
what's
ready and
happening here?
waiting
Looks
for
like they're
Miyoshik.
looking for
Miyoshik's gonna have to hold
they
out
got
this
it.
time, you would think, no.
So T1 just
Miyoshik
killed
gets the kill, and
one of the
T1
underdogs, one of the
before.
DRXs,
Uma nailed him with the
which
chains
might help
of
them take a little bit
Miyoshik falls.
of
40
stuff
more
here.
seconds
Let's
on
see
his
what they
death
can
timer
get.
now, and look at this, the brush play from Kingen. Can he
I would
pull
think
it
they should
back?
be able to get something here.
Baron buff falling off in 15 seconds. Bot lane inhibitor is open. Zeus might be caught here. Kingen.
Zeus does not have an ulti.
Okay, so you got
They
Aatrox,
used it for
kinda
the
crazy to
pick.
look at.
Now he's gonna try to run from
You
Kingen,
got your
who
Aatrox
keeps the
guy
chase
going in right there.
Q2 finds him. Q3's not gonna get
Pushes
nothing
him
more
back.
than a chicken. DRX
But
still trying to
because
hold
he
on.
pushed him
Tech
back,
backing away,
now they're
Zeka
pushing
backing
in
away.
bot lane because
T1
he's not
looking
there.
for the inhib. Do you think they should be able
And
to
now they
find
get
this
that
window?
inhibitor. So again,
Probably
that
is.
makes it so that that lane, they don't have to
T1
send
take
someone
bot lane
there
inhib
for it to
second time
push.
this game.
I can't imagine
Sure
how
allows
much
you to get
pressure
pressure
all these
elsewhere on the
players are
map.
under in this game 5. T1
So,
managed to crack that
not
inhibitor like
looking
they
good
had
for
on
the
flowers.
underdogs, right?
Not looking
But
super
it's
good for their
not
dogs,
Mountain,
no.
so the pick didn't net them, and
But they weren't able to end the game off that
Elder's
Baron,
up
so
in 2
it's
minutes 20, Baron's up
probably
in 2
going to go
minutes
to the
40,
next
roughly
Baron
the
here,
same
or
time
probably
on
to the
the
Elder
score.
Dragon. So remember
So
that
they're gonna need to
Elder
juggle
Dragon I was
both the
talking about?
objectives
Yeah,
to
yeah.
control
After you get 4
most
dragons,
importantly,
next one that
Elder
spawns, that way
doesn't
powerful
go
one, it's
So
spawning
much
before Baron.
riding on this
So
next
it's probably going to be
Instantly picking
fight
up
at
as
the
many
Elder
stopwatches
Dragon
as you can. Guardian Angel over here
to decide this
Sonya
game.
has been there for Faker.
Yeah.
He disengages. This fight
What do we got here?
means everything.
So is that their only
What a
course of
series.
action now? So just to
This
try to
one's,
hold on until the dragon
This
shows up?
one's delivering, man.
Yeah,
Everything
it's
I
almost,
hoped
I mean,
for.
unless they take a really
Everything I
bad
hoped for
fight,
is
it's
what
almost
we're getting
assured that
now.
they'll make
We're
it to the
seeing
dragon.
so
But they have to
many
win
champions
the
get
dragon
so
fight, which is going to be
powerful.
very difficult
Just
for
like
the
it's
DRX to
been this
do.
whole series,
Because
it's
T1
gonna come
has, at
down
this
to
point now,
execution.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down
3,000
who
gold
can
lead,
really stand
which is
tall
pretty
in the
substantial.
biggest of moments.
Again, that the soul they have is about 1,000 of value, so really effectively it's only about 1,000 gold lead, or sorry, 2,000 gold lead, so that's still a lot.
The bounce back
It's still
from the
hard.
struggles from MSI.
And if you're looking at the champions and how much damage they're doing right about now,
Elder up in 1 minute 20 seconds.
I would
Trying to
say
contest a little bit of
T1's
offside
team
vision.
probably
T1 looking to see
scales
if they
a
can
little
find
bit
it.
better. So they probably just, even if gold was even, T1 would probably still have an advantage.
But they
Oh,
still
wow.
have to
Okay.
deal
Not a very
with
big one.
walking
They're not
into
like
the fog.
super
It
scalers.
is their own
But
bottom
Gwen,
jungle.
the top
T1.
laner, scales way better than
Clear out any roads they
Aatrox.
come across. They still have
These ones
a
are about the
small
same.
gold lead, but at
These
39
ones are about
minutes
the
in game, it's
same.
not that big of a deal. Bloodthirster
I guess these
for
ones are about the
depth.
same.
A little bit of
But this
extra
one scales way
survivability,
better than this one
sustainability
as
here in the
well.
fights.
So these two both scale
Mentioned
better than their
multiple
opponents.
times how little CC T1 have to work with. They
Well,
gain
this is pretty
so
much it. Both
for
teams
being
know
the
that, like,
effective first,
this
forcing
fight in
DRX
1
to
minute,
go through these small
if
pathways,
they decide
let
to
them
fight
hit
it,
the skill shots. Duma on the front line.
is going to decide the game. So right now they're looking for to see if they can get a pick.
The last
Right, they're
time
going to try to
T1
look in, can we kill
went
one of
to a
their
game
opponents
5
to
in a
guarantee
World
that we
Championship was against
win
that
the
one, and it
bigger
came down
fight.
to an Elder Dragon fight. Here we are a year later in the finals.
So they go looking for a pick, they miss it.
Carroll goes for the ulti, but
A
Faker
little
has
unfortunate.
fast enough
This is like you're on the
to
edge of your
barely
seat,
dodge
right?
it.
If you're watching this, you're on to game
Guma
5.
no flash,
It's
Guma
gone
no
to Elder
ultimate.
Dragon, right? This is a
Owner
coin
goes
flip.
to
Whoever
Last
gets
Elder,
this
finding
dragon
his way around
is
this
probably
Aatrox,
going to win the
a
game.
pest in the
Right? There's
T1 side.
there's very few scenarios where you get Elder and lose. It's very, very rare.
There's a threat imminent.
Okay.
Kingan's on the flank.
Here they go, they're looking for something. So T1 is going in for a look. They just about get him, but they don't. So if he died right there, right, T1 almost would have been guaranteed to get, almost guaranteed to get the dragon. But he didn't die, barely lived, and was able to heal himself back up. So here they go.
He's still at about half
So
health.
T1's starting it, the dragon's dying really fast. Here they go. So here's the DRX guy. T1 backs off of it. Going back in the pit. There's DRX. Super intense here.
Why'd they back down?
I'm not sure. I guess they knew something. They didn't think they could get it. They didn't want it to go to a 50-50. So right here, these two guys are leaving. They're teleporting away. Okay, look at the map. It's hard to tell. They're teleporting right here. Okay. So they have this inhibitor and they have a wave. They're just going to try to push and end the game. They're going to give up the Elder and just try to end the fucking game.
So they're like, fuck the dragon.
Yeah, they're fuck the dragon. We can kill it before, or we can end the game before they can do anything. Because if they send 2 people,
Yeah.
right, and then their remaining 3 can just keep the enemy here, they can end the game very quickly.
So it was a ploy then. Like they wanted all of them to go in there.
I don't think that was their intention when they started. It might have been, but it's definitely their intention now.
Yeah.
They've decided we're not going for it. So because of that, DRX gets this super powerful buff. Okay? So these 3 guys' job is to keep these guys here. This one's TPing. Out. So here they go. They're pushing in. They're going to try to win. This guy, the DRX guy, or the Aatrox guy,
Yeah.
your boy, he's there trying to stop him. He's doing pretty fucking well. and they were able to stop them. But they just about won the game there. If Azir didn't get the back off, then they would have lost. So now we'll see. It's pretty likely here at this point for DRX to win. They have Elder, and they just killed like 3 of them.
So now are they making a run to the other base then?
Yeah.
To the end?
So you can see this, right? So T1 been up here like the entire game.
Yeah.
Right? And now DRX, they win 1 fight,
And they're just like
and now they're marching down.
going
So
for it. Oh
can this
man, but
guy
look how
do
much
anything?
defense they have though.
They do, but look at how fast they're killing it. So they've got 2 players here. So all they have to do is kill these minions back here. If these minions die, they can't end. But they can't do it. So this guy back here is trying to kill the minions, and they just can't do it. And DRX takes the frickin' W. The truest underdog story there ever was,
man. Like having to even like play in. Oh, and they're heartbroken.
Yeah, you gotta watch. You gotta keep watching. It gets better. See, they're just.
Yeah, that's hype as fuck, man. That's so.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So there he is.
Oh
No,
man.
you gotta keep watching. You gotta keep watching. And they're gonna pan back to him. The next time it's gonna be even better. Next time they pan back, it's even better. Very sad.
Oh man.
Look at how happy they are.
Yeah.
The winners were so happy. The losers.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
Well, because it was their match to lose, right? Everybody expected them to win, and
Yeah.
you know the other.
So that's
guys,
the faker guy. He's pretty upset.
Yeah. But I mean, he's won so many championships.
Yeah.
He's probably not nearly as heartbroken as the other guys.
Maybe. Who
No
knows?
4th seed had even made it to finals, let alone winning
Damn.
the world championship.
There you go. Here we go. This is the best part.
Damn, openly weeping.
Openly weeping.
Yeah.
Now that's the one who was on the team of the other guy before he joined that team. That was the traitor.
Yeah, so yeah, he
he's the
should be
one who-
crying, man. Like, because he's probably thinking, dude, if I would have stayed with them, I would probably be champion, right?
Well, he wasn't on that team. He was on a team another player was on, but you know,
Damn.
it was still kind of a big moment for him. But you still got to do the respect of the handshake at the end here. Pull yourself together, man. Wipe those tears away. So he's gonna hug that teammate he was with before, and then he's just like so emotional right here. He just hugged this other guy for no fucking reason.
Damn, man. Oh, man. Poor guy.
Yeah,
his
he's a
whole
little.
face.
Look at this. Look at
Yeah,
this. He's like shaking.
Crush.
There he goes.
Well, because they were really close to winning.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it wasn't like...
Yeah. pretty close.
God, man. You know, that's why I stopped watching organized sports. Is because, like, it would get to, like, the Super Bowl or the finals, and I would be rooting for one team, and then I just realized, like, I just rooted for that guy's whole year to have been wasted. And dreams
Well, just
to have
be
been
like the
crushed,
people
really.
in this series, right? Because like game 1, right? Everyone was chanting for T1. By the time it was game 5, everyone was just change your perspective based on who's gonna win. Let's watch them.
Yeah.
Since it's right here, let's watch the crowd go wild off the first pick
Fucking A,
on
man.
Faker here.
We've seen it before with different AD carries. The
And
very
just to,
insta-lock
like-
here though for T1 right out of the gates. Guma has performed
You know,
so well.
I feel for that guy that was trembling and shaking because, like, I'm sure he was experiencing so many emotions.
T1 is 8-0 against DRX.
Oh, yeah.
DRX
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
taken a single game in the best
Because, like, when they made the play for their base, I'm sure he's like, this is it, we're gonna fucking win, you know?
Yeah, man. Lost in the win. So this is game 1. This is where they're gonna kill Faker. So this is Faker. We're gonna send a message. This is the first game of the series. There they go.
Yosha coming in with Spectral Maw. Faker gets away.
So he dodges that one. I think they come back. When did they come? Is it all the way here? So they tried to do something to him there. Okay, yeah, it's gotta be this super big spike here.
But he is still looking into the enemy jungle. Yoshik just gonna back out. There's nothing left to fight for.
gotta be
And this is
coming
the trade-off of the mid gank. You got a flash, you lost Krugs. Not the end of the world. Did pick up a couple of them and managed to get his red. Now he's
I just want to get the crowd go wild, though.
Second respawn's coming.
Okay,
in.
so here he comes. So here
No
comes.
pressure a lot here.
Jungler.
Faker in
No,
mid. Zeka
kill the crab.
has the TP if he needs it.
Is it
Yosik
over
has
here?
flash
Is it
to
really
gap,
this
so
late? I thought it was
Faker
way
might
earlier
have to
than
be
that.
careful in these next couple of minutes.
Not a lot of mana to work with here on Zeka with the Silas. He's playing nice
Oh, here
and
it comes.
safe.
Here it comes.
We'll
Okay.
see if Yoshik can find an
Here he
angle
comes.
here.
Let's listen for the
Faker's
crowd.
still pretty far.
Everyone still has their voice. It's the first kill. It's on Faker. Crazy. So that was game 1, just to show it to you. But yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah,
that's
man.
that. Do we have time? I want to show the.
Esports hype.
Okay,
There
we're
is-
gonna. Go. One more thing we gotta go. Jesus.
There's very few things as hype as esports hype. But yeah,
2023 song. Okay. So we're not gonna listen to the music. We're just gonna look at the cinematic. So this is the cinematic that they made with song. We're not gonna listen to the songs. It's kind of shit.
okay.
But this is the guy who went to school with Faker, who never amounted to fucking anything. So here he is. He's playing the League of Legends game. He thinks he's cool. He's doing cool stuff, and then he thinks he's pretty cool. But then he looks over, and he sees his freaking school guy is just being way cooler than him. So that's Faker doing cool Faker
Making
stuff.
it look way easy.
Yeah, making it look way easier, just being way cooler, and he's just kind of being a fucking loser. And he's like, damn, that's pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna be that cool. And then he goes and he tries to be that cool, and a lot of time passes, and now he's finally here, able to prove himself to be cool. And they show like some past games that he has, where he gets knocked down, and then he gets back up again. Holy shit! So yeah, it gets knocked down there. So that's with that was the support guy who, he was on his team helping him, and then later in the cinematic he's going to be the enemy. Oh. So he loses that one. He's a fucking loser. Everyone hates him. Not really, they don't hate him.
Yeah, but still, like, it's just
he's still just he's always
odds being stacked against him.
always in Faker's shadow. So once again, gets shot. Oh my gosh, how sad. And then there's the guy who betrays him later, saving his life, sacrificing his own life.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
So he's not a villain. It's just like
Not yet.
circumstances just kind of led them to be on different teams. It wasn't like
Well, he probably got offered more money.
Damn.
100%, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go for the cash, man.
Man.
It's all about the money. So he was crying, and then he finds a new team here, I think. Something like that. So the new team lifts him up. We will bring you to victory.
I know I said it last time, but I really love how, like, they, pay so much homage to their players, man, and, like, animate them and put them in the game like this, you know? Like, it's really fucking cool.
It's pretty cool. So there you go. This was, I think this is on their road. This is all the teams they had to beat just to get to the World Finals.
Oh, damn.
They had to beat that big-ass guy.
Yeah, why is he so much bigger? Is it, like he was a favorite or something? Is that what they were like?
No, this is the champion that they have. So this is the betrayer. Now he's the enemy. And they're like, no, I have to kill you. You're my friend. And he gets knocked down by Faker, the guy that's always been freaking cooler than him.
One always in the way.
Yeah, the one always in the way. And he's been knocked down. Looks like it's all Jover. But then he has a team. Whoa! Holy shit! And they go crazy. And I do want to say the Aatrox guy did get MVP.
Oh,
So
yeah?
your calls with how good he was looking was 100% accurate. So there you go. But isn't that cool? And then he's like, "Yay! Finally, I'm a winner! Woo!"
That is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, man. It's fun.
It's fucking... like I said, I really love that they pay that much respect to their players, man. Like, I'm just used to, Capcom offering me their ass to kiss. Like, it's...
Yeah, it's
so
really
fucking,
cool.
yeah.
They really lean into the esports scene. They really care about their players, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see them. Anytime you win, you get a skin. Like, in the game, you get a skin to commemorate you. You get to, like, design it. Like, they reach out to you and they're like, hey, what do you want in your skin? You can put, like, anything you want in it.
That's awesome.
You can pick any champion you want, and you can put whatever you want in.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So, yeah, they really do care about their players. But that's that. I think we're already a little over time. But
yeah, no, well worth it though, man. Like, it doesn't seem like that's my type of game, but like any game that, like, has a community like that, like
the super toxic one.
Well, I mean that's online gaming, right? But like, I mean, it seems like they at least try to, give back while they're still, finding ways to get you to spend hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, of course. You gotta pay $20 if you want to celebrate the winner's skin, of course. Can't have that for free.
Yeah.
But hey, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Hopefully you like this. Hopefully we got some new viewers. I'm wondering if maybe we get some League of Legends viewers.
Yeah, maybe some of them buzzwords or something might draw in some of so comment down below. Maybe something you're into that you'd like us to dedicate an episode to.
Yeah.
We'd be open for suggestions.
But as always, folks, dog jump off bed. Did they even hear that?
I don't know.
Quiet.